Can you hear okay? Oops. Are we catching up? The live stream is on repairs to your house. Who does repairs to your house? Because as you read the title, I want a house one day. So let me just go over what I've been typing. Welcome. Financial abuse. Your future, your credit, your bills, your income, your savings, your reputation, your job, your community, networking, qualifications, your pay rate, repairs to your house, and who does them, those repairs, where you find them, the repairman. Do you get an invoice or a receipt? What do you do at tax time? If you get repairs to your house, if you don't have a receipt from your repairman. We're going to go over all the bills: lights, internet, electric, right? Lights, water. Did I forget Malton? Let's take a survey. How old are you? Where do you live? Well, once I know, right, we can focus. So as I get more surprises about what happened to me, I can surprise you back. I know I'm 46, right? So I'm talking about 6 years in Malton. Do you remember I had a contract, right, with my mother to rent the basement? One issue I had, and the police got called. Well, I found out after, right? They shouldn't have taken me out of the house. So I don't know where you want to start, but it's been a long 6 years. A lot of issues. And I want to go back to I'm looking for a job. I need real money. I need a real down payment for a real house. Permanently the rest of my life, right? So, it definitely doesn't have to be in Malton. What do I require? What did I tell you? A grocery store to get food? What do I require? Yeah, a dollar store. Where? What else matters where I live? That I can walk there? It stopped being funny a long time ago, right? When I go to the Tim Hortons in the mall, calling me a druggie, and then accusing me of taking pictures of you. Now we're gonna go over again in Westwood Square what the public health clinic is for and the welfare clinic, what they're for. What's harm reduction? You did. You asked for this. Well, I found the receipt for the lights I bought for the basement when was in the basement, my mother's basement, right? And Brian installed them. He came to install them. So I asked people to find out how he fell off the chair. Well, how did he know which fuse? Why didn't I install them then? Why did he come there? You're talking about what he called me? Who? You're going to say who again? Where does he live? Where did he live? That was my mother's house. He did all those repairs in. Yeah, you making a list? Good. Let me hear again. What are they? Which one of them? Yeah, I want you to tell me which one of them isn't what, an addict of what? Or a thief? No, you are. From Caught for Shelter. Where do you think I met all of them? Welcome, Brittany. I didn't even want to. I'm just going to leave it alone. I spend all day in my unit smoking reefer just like you, Amy. I am no better. If I was smoking in here, like I said, I really hope you start getting evicted. My life, my business, my future, right? This is YouTube. Did you see the mental health post today? What did it say? Stronger together? Something about what? Suicide prevention? Is it funny? All those comments you keep texting my phone. Well, why are they bothering with suicide prevention? What does it take for people if you're doing that like it's nothing to my phone? You're the grown adults. Couples even. Oh, especially for Brittany and Eddie since she's here. I don't always see the good things when there's so much garbage all over. Remember, you left a comment, you texted my phone saying that Brittany got my Instagram account banned and you were laughing. So, yeah, I'm rude. Let's go back to your jobs. How about it? All those men, remember? Yeah. Remember the P trap? All the snow shoveling? Every single comment, one by one? Is Malton getting smaller yet? You guys know who you are now? Why you did it? Yeah, I still want to hear if you lose your job. Oh, you saw a picture of me, did you? Uh-huh. So after you sent me pictures of naked women and told me you took pictures of me, after Jeff is running around Malton, after the rental, he said he came into the room and took pictures of me. What do you want from me, Malton? To let them run around? Well, let's go over again. Why didn't they tell me the door didn't lock in the room in the rental? Who paid the rent? How did Jeff end up in the rental? Why is he in Malton? Why didn't I go to the landlord and tenant board? Half of you can't apply for Ontario Works because you went through a tribunal. So you can't apply again. You didn't even know. I know what happened to you, who you're blaming. Yeah, which tribunal? Landlord and tenant board now, right? Yeah, go for it. Let's hear you. Amy, we don't have jobs. We just collect ODSP and chill at the mall. So if I collect ODSP, why can't I do the exact same thing? Can you tell me that? Go chill at the mall like you guys. If you're on ODSP, you just collect ODSP. You don't have jobs. The funniest part, I explained, why I don't smoke with anybody. Do you know that story? Why I don't smoke Mary Jane with anybody? Why do you think it is I don't smoke with anybody? Unless they have their own rolled. Yeah, remember when I went to the burger place in the food court, what you did in the mall? So I don't go back there. You don't smoke with anyone because you like to bogart the spliff and hog it for yourself like a greedy little piglet. Yeah, I imagine. I pay for it. Why don't you bend over and I'll show you what to do with? Well, I don't smoke with anybody. Yeah, let's go over Dan it from while you're at it. Did he sell? You everything you deserve, I told you. Have you ever spent the night in jail? I asked them, all the men. I've been in jail 3 times. For what? Nothing. So if you think I'm joking with you before, I was joking about the men in Malton if they've ever spent the night in jail. Do you know how many false police calls I have? You want to play with blaming people, calling the police on them? I told you already. I don't care. I've been explaining to the building that I'm going to pull for the past couple weeks. So let's go from there. What's going to change? Every day since I moved in, right? January 31st, 2024, into this building, apartment 47. What's going to change? Yeah, they told me find a new building, find somewhere else, right? They're trying to get me out. So I told them find another apartment. I'll move as soon as you get me another apartment that's free. Might as well, everybody, right? In Walton. It's not that big. Why don't I get a job? Didn't I tell you I was looking? I already contacted the management about finding out working from the rental unit here because in the lease it says you can't. Why didn't she let me know? How many times? I told you I enjoy seeing the ambulance, right? I look for if the sheet is covering the head. Why? Why do you think? What do you think it means if the sheet is over their head? You asked about Cawthra, who was under the sheet, right? Those places in the mall. You think the mall would close? They didn't make rent? Is the public health clinic open, the Malton Health Clinic? Is that Wellfort Clinic open? They have a community room. Can you rent it? How do they make money? So if they close and go away, will the mall stay open? What about the liquor store? The beer store? They have it in the gas station now. How about if that goes away? The saddest part. How many times has somebody took out Malton? That's the airport, right? You understand that? If somebody took out the airport. Yeah, remember 9/11? Do you understand that? You think we'd still be here? And they're going to go over again and again and again, legally, the definition of a terrorist. What it says now. All of you, it doesn't matter color, race, nothing. What it says legally in court. Read it, go and find out. When they come sit in the building parking lot, that's when. Yeah, when you're dating, right? You take a good look around you. Why don't you pick a color? Yeah, the Tim Hortons. Start there. You probably haven't gone on a date in years. No. No, I haven't. Where would you go? Different people, right? You're gonna get in a car with who? After what I know. Well, you want the truth, right? Yeah, a couple times we went over this. They would go there on a bus publicly, meet the person. You want who to lie? You've been doing what for 6 years? You did empathy training with who? What, are you gonna lie, deny it? Where did you get the word empathy? Where did you hear it from if it wasn't narcissistic abuse? His life was more than yours. That's from my dog, right? Oh, I hope to see Brian one day. I told you. As long as I see the body, right? These are what? Why what? What, a narcissist is an animal? They have no feelings? Which one? Do you want to go over that one again? This is what the live stream is about, narcissists? If the only person they worry about is them, they'll use anybody to get what they want. They don't care about anybody else. They have no feelings for anybody but themselves. Let me hear. Why? What? Amy, what do you think your words on your tombstone, the words on your tombstone will read once you're in the ground? Who do you think will be at your funeral? Yeah, I probably wouldn't tell anybody to make sure nobody was there at my funeral. Amy, is this what God put you on this earth to do? Wow, well, I don't believe in God, so I'm not too sure I didn't ask him. Are you on the right trajectory to accomplish your life goals? Well, destroy Malton is one, so yeah, I think so. No, my question is, what did you do to Malton? If I was born here, up until when? What did you do? What, you grew up here? You got jobs? Which one? You had kids here? How many generations? I just told you I'm 46. I opened my business, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, in 2019. You magically what? Well, you saw the receipt for the repairs, right? That was 2017. When I used to babysit, you saw that, right? The transfer, that was 2017. So that's Alicia and Brian. Why? I don't know why you're laughing. If you live in Malton, you ever got repairs in the past 6 years? You forget the building. This is where the ceiling was falling down. And how long have I been in here? How many times did they have repairs? Yeah, right here. They made how many new units? Right here. For who? Homeless people to live in. You forgot where I live? I aligned myself with Satan. Well, you have Andrea sitting here, right? From Call for Shelter in Malton doing what? You have Brian and Alicia ripping people off. Where's her kid? Alicia's kid. She was how old then? I did ask. Remember, if she was a crossing guard, Alicia, at Darcel. Why do I keep what? Telling you I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear? Let you put on a good show and continue financially abusing people? Well, what? Where's the money going? How many times? Which one did you think was a joke? Peel Region, the school board? Which one? Where's all the money for homelessness and housing and mental health? Where did it go? You let me know when it's funny. Is this your first time living alone independently at 46? Have you lived with your parents for 40 years? Well, I just told you I rented the basement, so whatever you want to consider that, right? But I want to ask Daniel Drummond that same question. Do you live by yourself? Have you ever lived by yourself independently? At 43? Today, I want everybody in Malton to answer just for narcissistic abuse. That's the point of my live stream, right? I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery life coach. Daniel Drummond was my narcissistic ex-boyfriend, 15 and a half years, right? The only person I slept with. You want to go over it for one time for Malton? You can go into how I lost my job at the Community Roots, right? At the community center. I was 19. Do you want to ask him how I lost it? What happened if he was there? Then you can go into when I worked with Jack and Jill. When what? They went to Morningstar? Which year? You think what's going to change? Well, how many of you are how old sitting here now? More than 10? More than 20? If we go over again that a narcissist has no feelings, they're not in love with you, they don't care what happens to you. Why would you keep sleeping with them? Why do you sleep with somebody? If you're in a relationship, why do you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, first of all? Yeah, we are going to go over that. It's normal, right? So why do you date? Why do you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? No, when I asked about one night stands and when that started, what year, what generation, did you think that was a joke? Uh-huh. So do you do that now? And what do you think would happen if you go through how many a month? Well, go ahead, by a year. How many people do you think that is? How many do you think are left after a year if you do that? Just in 6 years since I've had this open, right? If we went over why nobody wanted to have kids, right? The future, there was no future because nobody wanted to have kids. Nobody was getting married. If what year? How old are your kids? 20s? How old are people watching this in their 20s? And right now they're which one? Looking for which one? When you guys look around and what? Realize what school you went to? Who you dated? Well, go ahead. Who you slept with? Who your kids are? If you got married? Which one? If you had kids? Brittany sounds like Monique and Shauna and Anna and yeah, Sam, Samantha. You all sound the same. Like, why would you ever think any girl would want to be your friend? Why don't you read it again? That's Brittany, right? Go. Let me hear this one. Abuse victims. If the police saw this, what do you think they would say? Yeah, I'm laughing. Watch me laughing. We can go over femicide and what happened in Malton, in Peel. Do you want to explain that? Do you want Brittany to explain that since you guys were here in Malton? Can you explain that to me? What happened? That was in Brave, right? In Brave, interim place, remember? Interim place was taken over by Brave. What year was that? You go and check. No, they work, remember? I can't play music. I'm making noise. In the morning, I get up too early. They see me outside. It's too early for them. It's too late. They're afraid. I'm screaming at them, right? I'm scaring their kids. Yeah, until what? Let's go with the date. What's the date today? This 10th of September. So the first time I went into call shelter was July 15th, 2019. And I came back to Malton on September 1st. So today's September 10th. Which anniversary should we have? The 14th? Oh, mental health? Which one? Housing? That's the same Cawthra shelter, right? The same landlord and tenant board contract? The same basement that I came back to? Don't Trust Wine says, Amy, do you think you have enough time and the skills required to turn your life around and make a change that actually improves the quality of life beyond this? What is today? Well, what's all legal? Should we get the city of Mississauga involved or the mall? Who? The Tim Hortons? Yeah, are we? What's more real than in person to my face? I don't know what you said about me when I wasn't here for 6 years. What you think you know? Which one is funnier? It's a Wednesday. They were joking about having a live stream right from the mall. What I require? A plug. Remember when I was sitting in there with the phone when I was homeless? Why do you think I sat there in the food court? There's a plug right beside you. So, as long as there's a plug, right? Unless the battery's full, it's only an hour. What about the community center? You want me to have a live stream for the community center? Yeah, it's closed. It's all blocked off. You can't even muster at the muster point. I'll go tomorrow. What is it? A hole in the ground? Are the swings still there? Can you go out to the swings? Do you realize what? There's only one community center and that's it? If you're at the community center, where's the bus stop? Where's the high school? Where do all the children go to the Dollarama, to the mall? Where do you think all of that is? So how much more of Malton is left? All around? The perimeter, like where? I am addressing this. Why are those places open in the mall? Why aren't there people with businesses? Why aren't there stores where I can buy clothes? Okay, there are stores where I can buy clothes, but you complained about them, remember? Where do you think I got the tracksuit from, that gray one? Where do you think I got those coats from? Those winter coats? No, it was the exact same store in the mall. Probably Dollarama or Marshall's. No, it was the exact same store in the mall. Because I was homeless in Malton. So it would require money to go to Walmart, right, on the bus. So you're homeless 24 hours a day. Yeah, winter, remember? January, I moved in here. The months before, I would have been homeless when I used to walk to the Tim Hortons by the airport at night. Remember explaining that? The McDonald's closes at midnight. And I used to walk to Vanguard. Yeah, I took the bus when it was too cold to walk. Can you imagine? Which one? Why don't I what? $10:44 p.m. on Wednesday. Why don't I? Why don't I? What time does the mall open? What Tim Hortons would I stay at? Do you think the one beside McDonald's was open then? Wasn't it getting renovated? When did it open? The one beside McDonald's, the Wendy's and Tim Hortons. Yeah, let me hear. Why wouldn't I just stay at Tim Hortons all night if McDonald's closes at midnight? I never understood that. When did I come to Malton? In October? Because Cothra Shelter discharged me. Remember? They were going to pay for a taxi. No, you don't remember. Well, they were going to pay for a taxi to a shelter downtown, and because I told them no, they discharged me and banned me. So I ended up going to Bramalea, where my storage unit was, because it's my storage unit. What was I going to do downtown? How was I going to come back if I had no money? What was I going to do there? Ontario Works, all of those services are Peel. What was I going to do downtown Toronto? I did that before, remember? What was I going to do in the middle of downtown Toronto in a drop-in center? It's not a shelter you go to, right? It's a drop-in center. It's not a shelter. It's a drop-in center. Then they have to find you a shelter somewhere that's open where there's space. If you didn't know that. Yeah, they threatened to call the police on me, so I left Cothra Shelter. I just told you I went to Bramalea. How did I get there? Probably the bus. How do you get to Bramalea from Cothra? Go ahead if I had everything on me. Why don't we ask the staff? how long I sat there in the front office. Maybe you can check all the posts on Facebook, was it? I'm sure there's tons of them from that day. Yeah, from that, what was it, the letter, whichever morning? This is why they're all here in Malton. This is why they're all homeless. Why would you want to stay in Peel Region when you could have went to Toronto? You had a bed confirmed and reserved for you at Sistering. Why are you lying? Why don't you go to Sistering right now, downtown Toronto, and stay there? You are a joke. This is why. There's no reason for you to live here. I don't see any reason. You can take a GO bus from the Malton GO terminal, jackass. And go where? Why are you talking? Do you understand when people tell you you're actually wasting space? And 10:49 p.m. I'm supposed to leave to answer the door. Yeah, you forgot the last time was the creature banging on the door, calling the police, saying he was the police. It might be funny to you. Yes? Oh, good. It's Peel Police, they said.
You, Amy?
Yeah.
We had a friend call. One of your friends that was in your live stream.
I'm on the live stream right now.
Yeah, so one of your friends were concerned about you.
Friends? I don't.
So
Friends that live
still,
here.
we got a call from a friend that was on the live stream saying that you were using something and you having a reaction to it, and they just wanted to check in on you. Okay, obviously you come here with me. Hey, you're okay?
Yeah. The live stream is still going on, so.
Yeah, no,
I put it
that's
on YouTube.
yes, we just want to check your well-being, right? Obviously, if you don't know what you're using.
This is my apartment. I'm the only one who lives here, so.
Yeah, but where's your
The live
child?
stream's on YouTube. It's live right now.
We got it. If you're doing live stuff, that's totally you do whatever you want. Not a problem. We just want to make sure that you are healthy and
Yeah,
safe.
I'm okay. If you want to come in and be sure and anything.
Do you have anything in there, substances or something? Like, I don't really want to invade your space.
No, I have medical weed. I go out and smoke on the rock outside the.
Okay, nope, but I
If
see
you smell it, if I smoke it in
you're
here, right?
awake, you're talking, you're standing with us, so
Makes sense. What makes sense?
I'm
Can
satisfied.
you smell marijuana if I smoke it?
Amy, and last thing, would you like medical assistance? Would you like ambulance to check you out at all or anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Cool.
Alright,
Thank
have a
you.
good night, okay?
Have a good night. The Peel Police, did I make sure? Peel? Okay. No? Peel Police. I hope you enjoyed that and heard everything. I guess I'm going to end it here. No point in any of this.